walking. Time to walk. Yeah.
There you go. This is how you walk a cat.
Actually, this is how you walk a cat. See? Ninette's just carrying her along. She has a hard time just walking. She wants to stop and smell everything.
Like a dog, they walk fast.
But she's enjoying it just being carried like that. She's not meowing or anything. Hey everybody, welcome to Tigner Adventures. We are on a 14,000 mile trip this summer and we are looking for all the cool things to see. We call them quirkies, but they can be whatever. So we are, let's see, last night we stayed in Delaware at this really cool boondockers welcome place. So these guys were really nice, very nice place to stay.
Beautiful pond.
We're currently back in Maryland at this point, right at the top of Maryland. And we are at the George Washington Monument. They're saying this is the very first George Washington Monument because if you remember in our last video, we showed you the one that was in Washington, D.C. But this one is right here. It was made a national monument back in 1972. Initially, it was built in 1827 on July 4th to honor President George Washington. And so it's been around for a long time and it's gone through a number of reiterations. But back in 1972, the Corps of Engineers restored it back to its original design and look and everything. And it was made a national monument at that point.
1827? That's when, July 4th, 1827.
Yeah, that's when it was, that's when it was originally.
We're getting attacked by little gnats.
Yeah, we got little gnats here and everything. So, I don't know, we're heading into Pennsylvania. So, we're going to see what we see as we go. And we'll be hanging out in Pennsylvania tonight. This monument is overlooking the town of Boonesboro, Maryland. And it's just off of the Appalachian Trail. And here is the sign splitting off from the trail, the monument to the left, and the trail continues on down that way. We are at the Flight 93 National Monument. This was the area that one plane on 9/11 that was headed for the Pentagon crashed out in Pennsylvania. So we're going to check around this area and just look at it a little bit. They've built a monument, a memorial here for those passengers that gave their life to save so many others. Okay, they have a little gift store here and then a desk here that you can talk to rangers. The actual insides of the area here is no photography of any kind, and that's because a lot of things are owned by other people. They don't have the rights to show it, and so we'll honor that. It's pretty windy up here, but this is the crash site of Flight 93. It's a forever memorial of that flight. Well, this is a very difficult place to visit. They have relived the whole experience, not just the plane crash here, but the full attack on the nation. And very emotional. And this plane, they're thinking it actually was probably headed more for the White House or the Capitol building. More the Capitol than anything because nobody was at the White House and Congress had just gone into session. So anyway, you need to come and see it, but it's a tough place to come to. It's tough to relive that history of all the death that happened on that day and what our nation went through. And I'm guessing Ninette can't say anything, so she's very emotional. It's very tough. It's taken all I can do to not start crying too.
Our daughter had just taken off that morning to go to the Marines camp.
Yep, she flew through this airport just hours before that happened, so
it has a little more meaning.
Yep.
She could have been.
She could have been one of those on one of those planes. You just never know. So anyway, let's move on to the next one. Look what's behind us here. We are in Erie, Pennsylvania. That is actually Lake Erie right behind us. And the ship that you see right there is the USS Niagara. And so it's a museum, old ship. Here's some of the different placards that we see as we walk around the area here. So tours of the ship are closed because they're renovating it. And we are in the U.S. Maritime Museum. We've moved inside. This is a side view of that ship. Interesting note is that this ship that is floating out here outside is not the original. It is a rebuilt version. After many years of rebuilding the original and restoring it, they finally just built a whole brand new one from scratch. This is privately owned, and this ship sails all the time normally, but they're doing some renovation work on it now. When it's not being restored, they do offer tours. The cost of the Maritime Museum to get in is $10 for adults, $7 for seniors, $5 for children. This is a replica of the mast on board the ship. It is really tall. Well, a correction on that. This is actually the top third of the mast, if you see here in this picture. Just up the road, we also seen this cool artwork this guy did. This is just in his front yard. We just pulled over and Ninette took pictures of everything, but it was pretty interesting. So both of those are in Erie, Pennsylvania. We are at Chestnut Ridge Park, which is the Eternal Flame Trailhead. And if you check out this parking lot, it is pretty good size. A motorhome would be able to park here very easily. And the hike down to the Eternal Flame waterfall is a half mile one way. So we're gonna make this little trek. It's a flame burning inside of a waterfall. We're going to get rid of all this and build a big development here, and I guess the city and local people got together and petitioned to save it, and they did, and they apparently put a lot of work in this because some of the other instructions and things made it sound like it was more what do you call it, archaic, or I mean, it wasn't developed or anything,
natural.
But yeah,
mud.
But
There's some places that are very
but it's been set up really nice, so I think they've really done a lot here. Well, another thing they say is
projects too.
Yeah, the other thing they mentioned was bring a lighter with you in case the flame's out.
No, the internal flame.
So
maybe out. Oh God.
Yeah, so anyway, we're gonna check that out. And I do have a lighter with me just in case. So this is rated as a moderately aggressive hike because we gotta hike down in this canyon. So you can see the water flowing down there. And so you're supposed to stay on the trail and follow it around, no climbing up and down the ridges.
Yeah, pretty straight down. That's why all the warning. Don't be climbing down in the ravine.
Yeah, they said a lot of people have had to be rescued out of here, so they've put a lot of warning signs up now to quit doing that. A lot of stairs going down, but it's a lot better than sliding in the dirt, slipping and falling on our butts. Really nice railing here too. Well, we have made it down into the ravine, so now we're just following the creek over here. Not a lot of water in it, so I'm not sure how much water the falls will have in it, but really pretty area. This is a nice looking little waterfall, just on the side of the cliff here. We still got a little ways to go up the canyon to the Eternal Flame waterfall. Yep, you can see the Eternal Flame as we approach. So we have made it over to the waterfall and the eternal flame. And the people that came up ahead of us said the flame was out and they did have to light it. So I guess it does go out from time to time. It's just the wind can blow it out. It's just a little gas leaking up from underground. But that's definitely something that you don't see every day. And everyone's clamoring around to get their picture taken at this cool, quirky site. Look how green this little area is. The fern going up the side of the cliff edge here. The flame has now gone out, so we've got this young brave person. That's how you light the eternal flame when it goes out. Look, this is how we reward ourselves. At the Anchor's Bar, the original home of the Hot Wings. Okay, well, that's it. We had some fun times on this trip and found some interesting little quirkies for you and everything. And we finished it off with some hot wings at Anchor's here. So this was the original chicken wings bar. So anyway, it was a lot of fun. So hopefully you enjoyed it too. You guys take care, and we'll plan on seeing you down the road. And if not, on our next video. So talk to you later. Bye.